Trigonometry. The basic trigonometric functions are sine, cos, and tan. Now we learn three more basic trigonometric ratios. That is, cosecant x will be equal to 1 over sin x. Secant x will be equal to 1 over cos x. And cot x will be equal to 1 over tan x. So now we know 6 basic trigonometric ratios. That is sin x, cos x, tan x, cosecant x, secant x, and cot x. The basic trigonometric identities are sin squared x plus cos squared x will be equal to 1. From this we can get sin squared x will be equal to 1 minus cos squared x. And cos squared x will be equal to 1 minus sin squared x. Addition and subtraction formulas. If you have sin a plus b will be equal to sin a cos b plus cos a sin b. Now, when it is sin a minus b, then we have a formula sin a cos b minus cos a sin b. In the same way, if we have cos of a plus b, cos a plus b will be equal to cos a cos b minus sin a sin b. That is, when there is an addition here, we have a subtraction symbol. Suppose if we have a subtraction, we will be having a positive symbol over here. A negative symbol will give a positive symbol. That is why here it is written upside down. This is plus or minus and this is minus or plus. In the same way for tan a plus b will be equal to tan a plus tan b by 1 minus tan a tan b. The same way if it is a subtraction over here also subtraction and here comes as addition. Double angle formula. Here a and b will become equal. So a plus a will give us 2a. So we have a formula as sin 2a. So sin 2a will be equal to 2 sin a cos a. In the same way, cos 2a will be equal to cos square a minus sin squared a. And we have another formula that is 1 minus 2 sin square a, and this will also be 2 cos squared a minus 1. And then tan 2a will be equal to 2 tan a over 1 minus tan squared a. Now let us see how we get this. That is, cos 2a will be equal to cos square a minus sin squared a. That is, we have to get it in sin. We already know cos squared a is 1 minus sin squared a. So minus a sin squared a. So we get it as 1 minus 2 sin squared a. That is why we get this formula. Now the same way applicable for this also. Cos 2a can be written as cos squared a minus sin squared a. Now we'll write our sign in terms of cos. So cos squared a minus 1 minus cos squared a. So it will be equal to cos squared a minus 1 plus cos squared a. So it will give us 2 cos squared a minus 1. The first question, solve the equation sin theta equal to 2 cos 2 theta plus 1. Giving all the solutions in the interval 0 less than or equal to theta less than or equal to 360. If you see in this, we have, it is only a sin theta. So we'll not do anything to this. Instead, cos 2 theta, we can apply the formula. So that is what we are going to do. We know the cos 2 theta will be equal to cos square theta minus 1, 1 minus 2 sin square theta, and cos square theta minus sin square theta. So we have three formulas for cos 2 theta. So in this is a sine. So we'll use the formula which is with the sine alone. So it will be sin theta will be equal to, we'll write the 2. Cos 2 theta is 1 minus 2 sin square theta. So we'll write that as 1 minus 2 sin square theta. And then a plus 1. Now we'll multiply it inside. Sin theta will be equal to 2 minus 4 sin square theta plus 1. We shift it over to the other side. So it is 4 sin square theta plus sin theta. And then this is 2 plus 1 is 3. So it goes over as negative 3. So now when we solve this, this is a, if you want, you can just keep it as sine and solve it. Or we can change the sine into x and make it convenient for. So now let us change sin theta for us to be easier. Let sin theta equal to x. So our equation becomes 4x squared plus x minus 3 equal to 0. So when we factorize it, we get it as 4x minus 3 and x plus 1 will be equal to 0. So x will be equal to 3 over 4 or x will be equal to negative 1. That is sin theta will be equal to minus 3 over 4 or sin theta will be equal to minus 1. When we do the inverse of it, theta will be equal to 48.6. And for sine, we subtract it from 180. 180 minus 48.6, we get it as 131.4 degrees. Now for this, later on when we do, it goes outside the interval, so we don't do it further. Now for this, our theta will be equal to 270 degrees. So we'll not be able to find further values. So this will be our only value. So we'll have our answers as theta will be equal to 48.6 degrees, then 131.4 degrees, and then it will be 270 degrees. Now our second question, solve the equation tan 45 minus x equal to 2 tan x, giving all solutions in the interval 0 less than or equal to x less than or equal to 180. Now we know the formula for tan a minus b will be equal to tan A minus tan B divided by 1 minus tan A tan B. So now when we do it, we'll just apply the formula for this. Tan 45 minus x will be equal to 2 tan x. This is what is given. Now tan 45 minus x we'll apply it. So tan 45 minus tan x over 1 plus tan 45 into tan x, that will be equal to 2 tan x. Now tan 45 is 1. So 1 minus tan x over 1 plus tan x will be equal to 2 tan x. So now cross multiply. 1 minus tan x will be equal to 2 tan x plus 2 tan square x. So when we simplify it, you'll just get it as 2 tan square x plus 3 tan x minus 1 will be equal to 0. So we can just apply the quadratic formula because you cannot find the factors. So tan x will be equal to minus 3 plus or minus square root of 9 plus 8 divided by 4. So we get our answers as 0.2807 and minus 1.78077. So x will be equal to tan inverse of 0.2807 and x will be equal to tan inverse of minus 1.78077. So this will give us the values of, this is 15.7. When you add 180, it goes outside the range. So this will be equal to 119.3. The values for x will be equal to 15.7 and 119.3 degrees. Prove the identity. Cosecant 2 theta plus cot 2 theta will be equal to cot theta. Then the second part, solve the equation cosecant 2 theta plus cos 2 theta will be equal to 2 for 0 less than or equal to theta less than or equal to 360. Now now this is an identity. So we'll take the left side of it. So it is cosecant 2 theta plus cot 2 theta. This is the first question. This will be equal to Cosecant can be written as 1 over sine 2 theta, and cot can be written as tan is sine over cos. Cot is opposite. So we can write it as cos 2 theta over sine 2 theta. So this can be written as 1 plus cos 2 theta over sine 2 theta. So now this one is cos 2 theta. We can write it as 2 cos square theta minus 1. 1 plus 2 cos square theta minus 1. Sin 2 theta can be written as 2 sin theta cos theta. So this plus 1 and minus 1 will get cancelled. So we are left out with 2 cos square theta divided by 2 sin theta cos theta. Here 1 cos theta and 1 cos theta gets cancelled, 2 gets cancelled. So cos over sin will give us a cot theta. We have proved it. Now our second part, that is the same thing. So instead of this, we can replace it as cot theta. Cot theta will be equal to 2. Cot is 1 over tan. So we can write this 1 over tan theta will be equal to 2, which implies tan theta will be equal to 1 over 2. Theta will be equal to tan inverse of 1 over 2. So we can find our values for theta as 26.6 and 206.6 degrees. We can use the trigonometric identities to find the angles in the given range. Thank you.